Good morning, namaste. This is Kim and Margaret, and today we're going to share with you a workout that's going to take you through the full body and joints and warm you up and utilize some beginnings of breath. Once you've been doing yoga for a little while, it's time to start adding in more breath awareness. So we're going to get you to do child's pose, Margaret, so you can take yourself over. Have the toes extended and press the buttocks back towards the heels and extend forward. Because it's the very first child, I might get you to take your arms back, so that you can relax more into it. And if your bottom is not anywhere near your heels and bottom are not touching, then I'd suggest a block or a cushion or something under the bottom to take up that space so that you've got something to touch. So when we come into the workout in the mornings or any time in particular, when you come on your mat, if you just think about connecting with the breath. So you want to bring your attention to breathing deep, slow, long breaths. Switching in, bringing your awareness to how you're feeling in your body. And then you try to put everything aside. This is your time on the mat. This is special time for you to connect, to re-establish that connection between body, mind and spirit. So you're going to inhale and bring yourself up. Come up to sitting in hero's pose, which is pretty much where you are now. And you bring the hands up in front. Keep the wrists nice and close. Lift the elbows off the chest and simply start to go round in circle, warming up through the wrists. Now what I've found with this movement is in a second we're going to swap, go the opposite direction, and it's much harder. Okay, so let's go the other way. And I just find that really bizarre. But again, that's that one-way connection that we have between perhaps the synapses of the brain and what your body's used to. And then gently bring it down, shrug out through the shoulders. So you're going to bring your fingertips to your deltoids. You're going to lift your elbows up, and you're going to start doing big circles, drawing a circle with those elbows. Beautiful. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling as you come up and around. Again, checking in with what's going on in your shoulders. So if you've got any little grunts and noises going on there, you might want to ease back a little bit, maybe not take quite so big. And we'll come forward for a few. Because we spend so much of our day hanging forward, I don't always do a lot of forward motions. Then go back again, and this time alternate. So now what you'll notice is that you're getting a nice twist. You're getting a twist through the upper part of the back, from your waist through to your neck. Big circles, back and around. Good. And last time, and gently relax and bring the arms out from your armpits. Extend, and we're going to turn the palms over, and as they turn, make the turn come all the way up through the elbows, biceps and triceps. Good. And stretch out through those arms. Find time to breathe. Think about pressing down through your foundation as you reach up tall through the spine. Couple more. And last time. Good. And then we'll turn it into alternating. So you got one over, one back. One over, one back. Yeah. It's a little hard. Think about turning a light bulb. Good. Couple more. Just drawing that arm over and back. Good. And then rest it down. Shake it loose. So we'll come to the neck, the joints there. You're going to lift up nice and tall. Tuck the chin slightly in. And then turn to look one side and across to the other side. Good. Say like you're doing a very large no way. That's it. Breathing smooth and gentle. And last time, back through the middle, looking down and up. Looking down and up. A very large yes. Good. One last time. And coming back to neutral. So now you're going to circle, and this is where there's a lot of discrepancy with this one. I personally prefer to bring my hands up and dig my little finger side in like a karate chop, squeeze the neck gently, and then give my neck permission to run around the heels and the little finger side. So I'm not taking my neck into a full circle without some support. Seems to help my neck a lot more than letting it go where it perhaps shouldn't go. And back the other way. And you can gently squeeze your fingers into your rather large tight muscles at the base of the neck, trapezies, and then come to settle and rest. Shrug it out, nice and easy. Okay, so we're going to go into what's called gun dogs on hands and knees. If you could come back into tabletop, good. So make sure you've got room in front and behind you. We don't want you kicking anybody or knocking anything over. So you're going to extend one arm and the opposite leg out. Good, and then keep swapping. So you're just going to come in and extend. So think about it again here. More important here is how much stability you have through your what's making contact with the floor, your foundations. And a lot of people will find this very, very hard, which is great. That's what you want. You want to have something that you can challenge yourself with so the next time you do it, you've got some improvement. So the aim is to just keep extending, lengthening, and be aware of the contact with down with what's on the floor. When you've done even sides, stop. And now you're going to go with one side again and hold. Good. Now keep that hold. Make sure your hips are level, and then we're going to bring the knee out towards the side as if, yeah, and then around in a big circle. So you can actually bring it down. I'll do a demo. Forward, round, back. Forward, out to the side and back. So I want you to think about the gluteal muscle, the whole glute on that side of the leg, which is where your hip is, surrounded by all that flesh, is where we're circling. Beautiful. And back the same side, but going back the other way. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, I told you it was tricky. Good. That's now going to be in Margaret's repertoire. She'll be doing that all week. Good. All right, change it over.
Okay.
Yes. Good. So the key here is, first of all, you're getting a little bit of a brain workout. You probably noticed that because we've got the left and the right hand side of the body being used. And now we're using balance. There's a lot of core work in there involved. And back the other way, which is going to be a little harder again. Good. And relax. But you're pleased to come out of that one. So you're going to now sit as if you're on the beach, or as I like to say, page 3 girl. So you have to put your legs a little wider than your hips, and you're going to drop the knees down one side, bring them up and go to the other side. Now that's the easy bit. We're going to now try and bring the hands off the floor and do exactly the same thing. Bring your hands onto your head. Good. And if you want to make it even harder still, when you go to the side this time, go all the way over and come up onto the knees, back down, come all the way across and go to the other side and up. Good. Couple like that. So that's even harder still. You've got 3 ways of doing it there. Start with the first level, work through. Make this the last one. Lovely. Then sitting with the legs out in front. So you're going to bring one of those legs in and let it drop. And you should be able to see the sole of your foot. Perfect. And you're going to give that sole of your foot some special attention. So you start by just massaging through the pads of the feet, through the inner arch, into the heel, around and through the sides of the ankles, and then back down, and just want to gently massage each of the toes, a little bit of pulling as you do a circle, and then the whole foot, and just give it a little bit of a separation, so you're moving it through. Good. And
Feels
then,
good.
That is, feels lovely. And put the whole leg out and just feel how you're feeling between the 2 sides. This one now is crying for some attention. So you bring it back in And again, start with the pad of the foot at the base of the toes. Bit of pressure coming through the arch. You could use your fist if you haven't got strong fingers. Through the heel of the foot, round under the ankles, back through, grab and do each of the toes. If you've got a lot more time, you can go to town on them and pull and twist and do whatever. Get hold of the foot with the two and just separate, so you feel like you're kind of separating the left and the right hand side. Give it a gentle shake and then extend the leg out and relax. So we're going to go into a mini Sun Salutation. You've probably all heard about yoga flows. This is a nice easy one. It's gentle on the shoulders because you're not so much putting so much weight down for long periods of time. And you basically, you're going to go back through most of the movements that we've done in some form or another. So we're hands and knees into child's pose. Yes, stretch it on out. No, we'll do that one. Sorry, yeah, so we'll do that one last. And so we're just going to go forward. Great. And then from there, we're going to look up. Coming up into hands and knees. The inhalation is up slightly. So just stay on your knees for the moment. Just inhale, look up. Great. Then exhale, you can go back to child again. We'll add on each time we come through. Inhale, coming back up onto tabletop with the inhalation looking up. This time turn the toes under and exhale into downward facing dog. Get a couple of breaths there. Then inhale back down through hands and knees. You can go straight back to child. Inhale to hands and knees looking forward. Press up into down dog. Now, you don't have to straighten the legs. You can keep the knees soft. And inhale down. Back through child. Back up through hands and knees. And reach up again. Lovely. Couple more like that. Flowing, breathing, following the flow of the body, using the breath to allow you to let you in a little bit more. And we'll do one more time through, and then we'll staying. Now if you're staying in down dog, yeah, walk in a little bit closer and start just to walk your down dog out. So that means just heel, toe, one side, one knee is soft. But what I want you to do when you take one knee and leave it bent for a moment, you find that when you've got your right leg bent, you can push more of your weight into that right heel and push your buttocks over to the right. And then change over. Bending, pushing the weight over. Yeah. And then both heels down. And gently come back to sitting into hero's pose. And we're going to do a little bit of twisting. So again, if you're not comfortable, you don't have an easy time with this one, pop some cushions under the buttocks to take the pressure off, or sit in either a chair or with your legs in crossed angle. And we're going to do some twisting. So we're going to inhale all the way up, and you simply turn as you breathe out and press. Try to bring the hand to one knee, squeezing the ear out as you twist. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale to the other side, turning yourself. Good. And again, inhale up. Exhale, glide round. Squeeze the ear out. Inhale up. Exhale over, pressing one more time to each. So inhale up, exhale, turn and twist. Inhale up, exhale, turn and twist. And then come back to the center. You're going to take the fingers in, cup them in and hold your thumb out. You're going to shoot your arms up like a funnel. Keep reaching on high, keep pressing up through your spine. And this is the kind of a bellows breath movement where you're going to breathe out, squeezing the air out, and let the inhalation come in on its own. So we'll all do it together. Inhale, and start by squeezing the air out. So you keep it forceful, keep squeezing the belly as you breathe out. Don't be worried so much about the inhalation, it'll find its own way in. And if you have to have a break, you can hold there and just breathe normally for a couple of breaths and then do it again. You want to build this number up to the magic number of 108, like you have on a meditation beads. So you try a few more. When you can't do any more today, you bring your hands down. We'll bring the hands in and we'll create this nice big pressor point. So we're on the ascending and the descending colon, if you really wanted to know. And you're going to go forward and bend yourself forward and let yourself hang over. So you don't want to be doing that too soon if you've eaten. And it's nice points of contact to get some circulation into that area. Then gently bring yourself up. You're going to go from that movement into down dog. So you're going to come all the way up into your down dog. And then you're going to raise one of those legs into three-legged dog. Good. And you can bend that heel towards your buttocks and take that knee high. So, yep. So as Margaret's bent the leg and lifted the knee, it's twisted her a little bit. And if you've got hip issues, sacroiliac issues, maybe don't do this one, just keep it straight. And she's obviously turning herself through her chest and armpit area. Then she's going to come through with that leg. So you're going to straighten it back in and bring it all the way forward into a big lunge. Bring it in and see if you can stay low there. Now, a couple of things. You might want to have blocks. You may also be able to twist it. So what we're going to do now is keep your right arm down and take your left arm skyward to a twist. Beautiful. Now this can be done on the back knee. Please make it easier for yourself if you need to. Good. Breathing all the way, come out, find your way back into down dog, and we'll repeat all of that on the other side. Just watch that piece of furniture behind you. Good. So we've got three-legged dog with a hip turn and a little bit of a twist opening. Breathing is smooth and light, and then when she's ready, she can bring that knee all the way through into a deep lunge. Hold that, make sure you push the back leg. Great. And now she's going to take it into a twist. So it's opposite arm to the leg. Great. And twisting and looking either forward or following up the thumb, whichever makes sense. And then very gently find your way back out. Always come out the way you went in, stepping back into down dog. And you can either step back or step forward. We want to end up hanging over in an elbow hold or a foot hold or even the hands behind, so that you've got something to pull yourself down. Good. And gradually from there, she's going to come up into a chair pose. It's one of the movements through Sun Salutation. So finding as if you were sitting in a chair, yep, the hands can either stay in front or go skyward. Yep, wherever it works for you. And then we're going to go into the last movement for the morning, putting the hands into prayer and scooping them over to one side. Good. Again, you don't need to go too low, and you do want to try and make sure the knees don't come together and knock. And then hang forward, recuperate, and when you're ready, inhale back into chair, back into prayer, and to the other side. Scoop it over. Press the buttocks back as you push the knees slightly forward and apart. Nice. And then gently back to the floor, rolling on up, one vertebra at a time, or you can extend the head and chest forward and come up. And then from there, we're just going to finish with a very gentle flowing. So you just want to be moving. I want to step back, Mark, so we don't lose you. And just gentle flow, just feeling what you're feeling, moves through all of your body. Gentle release. I quite often start my program with more of this. Just feel gentle, coming back in. Give yourself a little shake and a shimmer, and then stand in your space. Tadasana, reaching up through. We'll bring the hands into prayer, putting a little bit of a prayer to our last movement and thoughts. Acknowledging yourself for your efforts, knowing that every day you have the opportunity to grow from the last day. So namaste, have a beautiful day until we see you again. Thank you.